Okay, I had some folks ask about how I did this remote controlled trolling motor on this old foot controlled style trolling motor. And if you look inside your foot control, and I've already got this when I took it out, on the bottom of it there's going to be like basically essentially a like a clutch style cable, and it hooks up to here and then goes down to there, and then when you push on your foot up and down, see how that comes forward, it adjusts how the direction of the trolling motor. So all I did, and I want to start off by saying this is not optimal. It could have been done 100 different better ways. It's something I just threw together because I wanted to see if I could do it and if it would work. But I'll go ahead and show you is I just took a standard battery box and then I wired in a linear actuator, attached that to the original pole, and put a limit switch, and then up here in the corner is that 4-channel remote control. And essentially when I hit this little remote, if I can find the camera on this iPad, when I hit that remote, I gotta put the thing down there. It just moves the linear actuator down and forward. Whoops. Well, fell off. But it moves that linear actuator forward and back. Which in turn turns my handle, my thing around. Really simple, easy enough to do. My you know, and I'm not saying, guys, that by any means this is optimal. One thing that you do have to have, if you notice here in the corner up here, this is a solenoid, a starter solenoid. And the reason you have to have that is that that little box is rated for 6 amps. Now that's enough to run your linear actuator, but it's not enough to run the motor on this. Because when I hit that button, when I hit this other button, it runs. But the reason it works is that it's going through this solenoid, just like on your starter, on your boat starter, and the solenoid is taking all the current and the amps. All this little box is doing is just completing the switch so that it can come on. That's it. So I mean, it's not rocket science. It's, you know, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to program and how to hook these switches up, and also there's some on how to hook it to a linear actuator. You know, after you do that, the only hard part is, you know, securing it, which that is a pain, and it's not something I personally have not got done yet. I need to do a better job of that. You know, but this is not my final draft. This is just an experiment. I took it out on the water yesterday, worked really well, no complaints. You know, all in all, glad I did it. And you know, optimally, you would build a box for this. I mean, you would build, you know, go to the lumber store or get some sheet metal and build an actual box and have brackets and have everything in it and drilled down and perfect. You know, this is not by any means perfect, but it works, and it can give you an idea of, you know, if you want to try it. But the total cost of the project was about, I said 100 in my other video. I'm going to say more like 60 or 70 bucks. The linear actuator is about $38 to 40 bucks on eBay. That little control, 4-channel wireless 12-volt controller is about 12 bucks. You know, I got that starter solenoid for like $8 on eBay. You know, then you've got your wire and stuff that you got to use. But all in all, you know, I mean, it's relatively inexpensive and a fun project. I will eventually probably build a box to hold this. I just wanted to see if it would work and I could get it up and going, but I'll build a more professional box and put everything in it to where it's, you know, a little bit more secure and I don't have to worry about it moving on me. But I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's worked good, and it's, you know, it's not as loud as I thought it would be on the water. It's really about, I've got a remote control on my other boat, and it's not any louder than that one is. So and you can also insulate and put a little bit of foam or something in there to quiet down if you need it to. But that's how I did it. It's pretty simple. Like I said, this is the arm that was originally in the trolling motor right here. It runs, and all I've done is connected that to the linear actuator, and it replaces my foot going up and down and moves that head around, and then put the switch on, and I wired it, you know, to where it's full power. Now that would have been relatively easy to take this part, and I may do that as an upgrade. This part here, I think they're called an attenuator. Take that out and mount it to the side of the box and control your speed that way. Wouldn't have been hard. I just didn't want to fool with it. But you know, it's something I will probably add when I make this a more permanent addition to my boating arsenal. I'll probably take that off and put that on, mount it in the box, and make it to where I can control the speed, which would have been simple, just, you know. But I hope this helps somebody out. It's a fun little project and pretty cool. And if anybody has any questions, just shoot me some questions. I'll answer them best I can. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.